As you mentioned, the first meeting this season went in favor of Norwin 2-1. That was a scoreless match at the half. 2 second-half goals for the Knights, Caitlin Kaufman and Lacey Bernick. And then Sarah Wynn netted one with just about a minute and a half left for Penn-Trafford. The Warriors tried to mount a furious comeback in that final 90 seconds, came up just shy as Norwin claimed a victory. 15-1-0 overall for the Knights, as you see. Penn-Trafford with a 12-4-0 record on the campaign. The only section loss for the Warriors, obviously, against Norwin. Both these teams coming in off of victories, 3-1 over North Allegheny in favor of Norwin. PT, a 4-0 shutout at Greater Latrobe. Teams are set to get this one underway, with Norwin clad in the white jerseys going right to left, opening possession in Norwin's favor. Penn-Trafford wearing the home green jerseys going left to right. We are underway with 40 minutes up on the clock in this first half, 2 40-minute halves at the high school level.
You're going to see a lot of disciplined football out there today. You're going to see a lot of very crisp passing, not a lot of bunching. You're going to see some very good attacking play today, I think.
These teams absolutely loaded with collegiate talent as the Warriors try to get the first opportunity. Closing in for the chance for PT that time was Malia Kearns, but it was well defended. Throw in for the Warriors. We'll run through the starting lineup as well as some of those key players each way as this first half continues. This one sent into PT territory. Interesting connection between the head coaches of these teams as well. It's Jackie Burtko for Penn-Trafford, year number 5 for her guiding this program. Previously, the head coach at Greensburg-Salem. She played at Penn-Trafford, class of 08, and continued her soccer career at Seton Hill University. She was known as Jackie Fawcett at the time as the Knights entered the attacking third. Sent across, but that one grabbed by Megan Giese, the keeper for the Warriors, and she quickly gets it out. On the other side, the head coach is Lauren Karcher in her 6th year for Norwin. She is not acting as the coach currently because she had her child in September, so just over a month ago. Congratulations to Lauren for that. She's still involved with this team as much as possible, but not coaching actively, as we mentioned. That responsibility falls on Samantha Fairbanks. But for Lauren Karcher, she was also an 08 high school grad at Norwin, then played at Carlow. So both these head coaches played against each other in this rivalry about a decade ago. They realize how much this means for not only the girls out there, but the programs in general. As there you see the Knights coaching staff. Thrown upcoming for the Warriors. And I think that's a really cool connection because they know firsthand what this means and how this is probably the biggest 2 matches on the calendar all season for these squads.
Yeah, and a lot of these girls are going to see each other on the collegiate level also too. So these are memories that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. Whether you remain friends with anybody or not, you're always going to remember whether you lost or won this particular match.
Morgan Siggett for Norwin in possession, now sends it across to her teammate. Let's take a look at the starting unit for the Norwin Knights. In net is Liz Waskevich, the junior keeper wearing number 1. Rest of the starters for the Knights: Danny Iannuzzo, number 2. Number 7, Lacey Bernick, one of 3 Pitt commits on this team. She's joined by another Pitt commit, Caitlin Kaufman, wearing 13. Madison Rose, number 16. Ava Frankovic, also committed to Pitt, wears number 17. Morgan Dietz, number 21. Megan Dietz, number 21. Morgan Siggett, 23. Kylie Arnold, 24. Kennedy Soliday, 27. And Paloma Swankler, 34, rounds out the starting unit for the visitors as the ball headed around on the far side, sent out off of Norwin. A throw-in upcoming for the home-standing Warriors.
And Norwin very content to just play that ball out of play. You've seen it about 2 or 3 times in the match so far where if it gets to the defender and she looks around and has no other option, she is more than happy to send that ball out of play and just reset.
Battle for possession at midfield, and ultimately Penn-Trafford comes up with it in the form of Haley Hoffmeister. She quickly loses it, however. Neither team can maintain possession. PT into the attacking third. And a whistle on the attack attempt there by Kearns.
Kearns trying to take on 2 or 3 defenders there. I'd like to see her hold up. She looks really speedy, but I'd like to see her hold up let her help get back to her. That way she can dish it off and cut right to the goal, maybe get a little through ball there.
Well, it's going to be a free kick for Penn-Trafford from a little more than 30 yards out. We'll see if the Warriors are able to get a good opportunity off of this. And the shot, and that one squared up and saved by Waskevich. It was Sarah Wynn, arguably the top player for this PT team. They had a chance. This one heads into the goal. A clearing attempt off of a Warriors player into the back of the net as Penn-Trafford strikes first less than 5 minutes in.
What a mistake and a great heads-up play.
Might have been Kearns who it ricocheted off of. Let's take another look. It was Siggett who tried to blast this one out. Looks like Malia Kearns.
That was Malia Kearns there, just trying to throw herself in the way of the ball. That ball just came right off her and went perfect into the right-hand side of that goal.
Now the other way.
PT goal scored by number 21, Malia Kearns.
What a start for the PT girls team here tonight.
Well, Penn-Trafford will gladly take it. Maybe not textbook, but any way you can get one past the Norwin Knights, it's a big accomplishment. This Knights team has allowed 14 goals this season. Penn-Trafford has been even more suffocating defensively. The Warriors yielding just 11 goals heading into this final section contest. Goal kick upcoming for the Warriors. Let's set the starting unit for Jackie Barco's squad. In net, number 0, Megan Giese. We've already called her name. She's joined in the starting lineup by Haley Grunberg, number 6, Haley Hoffmeister, number 7, Sarah Wynn, number 8, Emma Rain, clad in number 9, Mackenzie Powell wears 15, Maya Roman, number 20, the goal scorer Malia Kearns in 21, Taylor DeStefano wears 24, Mackenzie Septic wearing 27, and Christina DeLuca, 34, rounds out the starting unit for PT. Now the Knights try to enter the offensive zone to the near side with Bernick. Ever dangerous Lacey Bernick. That shot attempt deflected, however. Now the Warriors get it out of jeopardy. Knights maintain in possession and send this one wide of the mark. I mentioned the trio of players for Norwin headed to Pitt. They have a number of other college commitments. Rose has verbal to Duquesne University. Danny Iannuzo to Slippery Rock. Megan Dietz, University of Pitt, Johnstown. Emily Shaw, Rockhaven. And Anna Dermis, William and Mary. You don't find many teams at any level anywhere in the country that have that many collegiate commitments.
No, and it's really a testament to the youth programs here that are popping up. You know, recently, you know, when I played back in the mid-'90s.
I thought you were going to say back in the 70s.
Back in the no, I'm not that old. Come on now. You know, when I played in the 90s, we really didn't have the youth programs that they do now. Now they're starting these, especially young women, off to, you know, in the early ages, are really getting them more involved, and it's showing because these girls are really talented because they've been playing most of their lives.
It was just a couple years ago that Norwin was ranked as the #1 high school team in the entire country. And maybe speaking to the competitiveness of this battle, the Knights did not even win the WPL championship that year. That went in favor of Penn-Trafford, who defeated Norwin in that championship game. The Knights did ultimately claim a state title that year, however. That 2017 campaign was the last time that Penn-Trafford defeated Norwin head-to-head, as the Knights swept the series last year. This one comes towards the net, but Waskevich out to snatch it.
And Norwin had a pretty good opportunity there. Great defensive effort by number 34, DeLuca, on that side, just getting her foot involved there. Another really good opportunity here.
That's Kaufman, just a little bit too far out of her reach. Diving to snatch it is Giese. Giese was very impressive the first time these teams met. I mentioned that she surrendered 2 goals. One came in the final 2.5 minutes off of a rebound, one that she punched out that probably was not the right decision. But other than that, I thought she was darn near perfect in that match. Made a number of high-quality saves to keep Penn-Trafford in it, because Norwin really dominated in terms of shots and shots on goal, as the Knights have it back in their territory. My very unofficial numbers had 14 shots for Norwin on goal. Conversely, just 4 for Penn-Trafford in the first meeting. And even if those numbers are slightly off, it still tells the story pretty accurately that Norwin dominated the vast majority of that match, even though it was just a 1-goal margin in the end.
Yeah, Norwin really looks to pepper the goal as much as as much as possible here. They want to keep that offensive heat up the entire 80 minutes of this match. Need to get something going here. Really want to get back into this game. Penn-Trafford doing a really good job, even though I think Norwin right now is pretty much holding the time of possession game here. But that one little mistake by the Norwin defender costing him.
Set in by Emma Rigoni as this one squirts near the net. Ultimately, Giese again out to grab it up. We've played just about 10 minutes in this opening half. There's a good look at the keeper for the Warriors. Giese, a number of PT players have made their college commitment. She's headed to the University of Pitt Johnstown to play in the PSAC. Haley Grunberg headed to Barton, and there's a pretty interesting story behind that we'll discuss. Aurora College for Hoffmeister. Sarah Wynn headed to Akron as this one's sent ahead. Maybe an opportunity here for the Knights down the far side. And players hit the deck. It was Madison Rose on the opportunity, defended by DeLuca. And DeLuca, the guilty party, doesn't like the call.
Well, I think that's a good call, but man, what a heck of a move on the offensive effort there. You'll see right here. Watch her put on the brakes. No. And her foot just gets kind of tangled up. That's not a play that you're not going to get a card for that. That's a normal foul. That just happens. But man, what a move on the offensive end there.
Rigoni to take this kick from a sharp angle. The ball situated on the 5-yard line of the football field here. Beautiful new turf at Penn-Trafford High School with the gold numbers. Sent across, headed and wide of the net. Now it comes out the near side. Looked like that might be potentially a corner upcoming. Instead, it'll just be a throw-in for Norwin.
I think it's, number 8 here for Penn-Trafford. Way to get her foot in there and send that to the side and rather than to the back line.
Kaufman had that initial header opportunity, couldn't steer it on net. We were going through the commitments. Emma Rain for Penn-Trafford headed to Seton Hill. So we have a player going to the Griffins for PT and Rain, and a player following the former Griffins coach and Haley Grunberg as she heads to Barton. Norwin on the attack again. This one goes across the end line for a goal kick.